Right then, welcome back to another vid. The first thing I want to say, well, firstly, apologies for taking so long to make a vid. Technically, I uploaded a COD file vid, everyone's favourite, maybe not, earlier on today. So, yeah, there's that one. It depends which one you watch. Maybe you don't care about the other one. If you don't, then this is the first one I've made for over a month. And I think this is only my fourth in the last 3 months, which is disgraceful. It really is. But, you know, working, having a new job, it's very time consuming, and really Sunday at this moment in time is the best day, the only day really that I've got to make vids. So I'm going to try and crack them out, as it were, as often as I can. So I've done the COD vid, I'm going to do this pickup vid, maybe record one or two others if I can. So yeah, if you start seeing regular vids from me now, from this juncture onwards, then I'm kind of on top of things and I'm back in the loop, back in the fold, because it's really easy to fall out of the loop if you allow it. You know, 1 week turns into 2, turns into 3, before you know it, it's a month, and then it's very, very easy just to kind of look at YouTube and think, oh, bugger it, you know, I can't be bothered anymore. Because you can get into that mind frame. And if you're going through that at the moment, just try and make a vid, just put one out there. And, you know, if you get some, like, nice feedback, nice comments, and interact with people who like watching your stuff, hopefully it'll encourage you to make more, which is a good thing. But anyway, so yeah, I've got a few pickups to show. 5 altogether, 5 games I've bought over the past month, or whatever it's been. 3 different formats. We're going to start with current gen. When I say current gen, I mean specifically this bad boy, Xbox One, and we've got Forza Motorsport 5. Now, this is a game which I've been on the fence with for a while. I've bought it now, clearly, and it is really good. I do like it. It's a typical racing game. One of the reasons that I wasn't going to get it is because before I bought it, you know, reading reviews, reading what people had to say, hearing on YouTube what people had to say, they were saying that, you know, one of the problems, or the main problem, is that this game involves a lot of microtransactions. So in other words, you know, buying more tracks, buying extra cars, buying whatever else for that matter. And, you know, now that I can experience it myself, yeah, a lot of what people are saying is true. You can buy stuff to kind of rank up quicker and all that kind of thing. But you can also do it during the game. It just takes longer. So I think if you're going to give someone the option of, I mean, it's stupid, I wouldn't do it, but if you could pay like $10 or $20 or whatever it is, maybe it's even less than that, just to rank up really high, really fast, at the click of a button, essentially, then if someone wants to do that, fair enough. I'd rather just grind it, even though it's going to take a lot longer than usual, because the developers want you to essentially buy this DLC. And then they've got the standard DLC on top of that, which is to be expected pretty much from any game in this era, such as, like I said, the extra tracks and the cars. So it's not a problem for me. I've not really explored this game. And if I'm being totally honest, whether it's Forza, whether it's Gran Turismo, or any racing game, I very rarely really get into it. I just have a kind of a casual drive here and there. I'm not a hardcore car fan. So it doesn't really bother me that they may have taken bits out of the game and scaled it down. You know, a lot of people are up in arms because they've cut back down or scaled back on the amount of cars in the game. But who cares? Because ordinarily, if this, let's say Gran Turismo has like hundreds and hundreds of cars, how many of them do you actually use? Do you use all of them? I bet you don't. But it's one of them things where they take a few out and we kick up a fuss. But did we use them anyway? Probably not. So yeah, it's really good, a really good game. I'm going to start doing some more of these Thursday drives. I've only done, I think, 3 or 4 of those in the past, if that. So I'm going to start bringing some of those back, and I'll be using Forza 5 as the gameplay. And for anyone who's not aware, the Thursday drive is usually just one race with me, and I'm not really talking about the game. I mean, I may, you know, refer to it every now and again, but I'll just throw in a few anecdotes. It's kind of like a vlog of it, really. You can check the other ones out if you like. Well, they're pretty rubbish. Excuse me. What am I talking about? They're not rubbish. They're brilliant. Of course. And also, let me just apologise as well for the light. Did I say this at the start of the vid? I can't even remember. But it's, what time is it? It's coming up to 11 in the morning over here. And it's light, but it's kind of darker than it should be. So I've got the light on, so if some kind of weird reflection going on and it looks too light or too dark, well, you know why. Maybe technically I should be recording this vid, I don't know, about an hour from now. It may be a bit lighter. But at 11 o'clock it should not be quite dark outside. It's weird. Anyway, next one that I've got for the Xbox One is FIFA 14. Again, much like if you want to see the spine for Forza 5, and I've done this before, you see the kind of the whole grey thing they've got going on here with the green at the top. It's very uniformed, but I do quite like it. But it'll be interesting to see if you've got like 10 or 50 or 100 all lined up. 100. I'm not going for an Xbox One full collection, by the way. So I'll get that one out there. But it'll be interesting to see if you've got them all lined up, how all this amalgamation of grey and green will look, and white, because it's quite artistic, but I'm not sure. But anyway, FIFA 14, you know what you're going to get when you get a FIFA game. It's just football. That's all it is. It's a football game. Basically, the graphics have been upgraded. It does look better, clearly, than the 360 and PS3 versions. But I don't know what else I can add. It's just a football game, and I really like it. Now, I don't take this online, I've got to be honest. Playing other people, friends in the community, I'm just not interested. I'm not being funny. But I only ever play kind of friendlies and exhibition games and all that kind of stuff. I don't even do all that, be a pro. Again, much like the driving game, I'm just a casual kind of have a race every now and again person. And same with this, I'll just have a friendly every now and again. Maybe a cup competition, but I don't take it seriously, and I'm not that bothered. So that's current gen, as in Xbox One. What is still current gen, I guess, is 360 in a way. They're still releasing games for it, and I've picked up one here, and it is an old game. I say old, when did it come out? 2007, yeah, it's pretty old, I guess. And I specifically bought this to get it back into, you know, the collection, as it were, and it's Medal of Honor Airborne, and there's the sides for anyone who cares. Yeah, I just really liked it when it first came out. I thought it offered something really good. Now, one of the things on the back, and you probably won't be able to work that out, or maybe you can, I don't know. It looks a bit of a mess. But basically, one of the things I really liked about it was a certain amount of freedom, as this picture is kind of indicating here. It's like when you come down on a parachute, you can pretty much, within reason, choose where you want to land. And I remember playing that at the time thinking, that is really good. You know, opens up like a whole new avenue, whether you want to start on the left, whether you want to go to the right, in the middle, and it just made the game feel a little bit more freedom, or a little bit more free, or gave it some more freedom, I guess. Now, obviously, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 as well, do the same thing, and a lot better because of the sheer scale of the maps. But yeah, this was kind of, in a way, quite innovative, kind of, because I can't think, certainly off the top of my head, of another game that did this before, or not on the same kind of scale anyway. So I wanted to get it back, not just for that, but because I did quite like the game, and I do like, for my sins, a good first-person shooter, particularly when it comes to World War II. There's just something about it, I kind of like it. It's not an amazing game, but it's decent, and usually it kind of goes for about $15, give or take. So it's not rare, but it kind of commands a bit of a price, $15 being about a tenner. Sometimes can go for more, but I ended up getting this for, I think, about $3 or $4. So someone didn't really know what they were selling, and I got a bargain, so really pleased to get that. Now there's two left. Let's show the PlayStation 1 game first. Now I've currently got two PlayStation 1 games, an enormous total of two. The first one, this isn't a new pickup, this has gone back a long time. It's Destruction Derby. This is one that my mate Craig Minx36, he sent 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even 4, I can't remember. Of course, the sides, like you needed to see that. In these double kind of jewel cases, a game I used to have back in the day, and got massive nostalgia for it. And what I'm kind of doing with my PlayStation 1 repurchasing, if you like, at least at this moment in time, I'm buying back the ones I used to have, going through that phase again of the whole nostalgia thing. So when this one came available, I had to buy it, because I remember paying, probably would have been about 50 quid, or 39.99, 40 quid for this one, which is just a rip-off. Now, it's quite a rare game, and it kind of usually, again, a bit like that Medal of Honor Airborne, it usually goes for around about 15 quid. Now, I could get the American version, which comes in a long box, but you'll probably know me by now. When it comes to me buying back games, it's all about nostalgia, particularly retro stuff anyway. And so I've got to get PAL, because that's where the memories is. Because when I play a game, or when I have a game, for me personally, it's not just about playing the game, it's about everything that comes with it. The box, you know, the size of the box. And obviously, it's got to be PAL, because that's where my nostalgia is. Sometimes in America, the spines are different, it comes in a different shape box, a different title, and it doesn't mean as much. Okay, you're playing the same game, but it's not just about that for me. It's about having it on the shelf and connecting it to your memories from like the 90s or the 80s or whenever for that matter. From even recent stuff, modern stuff, you know, the 2000s. It's all about the nostalgia. So seeing PAL games, for me, on a shelf is what it's all about. It makes me, you know, think of anecdotes and memories and certain people and certain times, certain places, etc., etc. So that's why, if you didn't already know, why I always buy PAL. So I got this one anyway. Like I say, paid 40 quid for it in 1996, I think. Let me look at the back. Yeah, usually goes around about 15 quid. It's quite uncommon It's not a great game, but because I used to have it, I wanted to get it back. It's not rubbish. I mean, I like it. I wouldn't be buying it back if it was complete bollocks. But anyway, enough of the suspense. It's quite a good word for this title, actually. Psychic Detective. Now, the only person, again, there's a sign. It comes in another one of these double dual cases. It's kind of one of these, you probably, again, won't be able to work it out. Full motion video. So probably most of us will remember that. And you basically, you're a detective, clearly, if it wasn't already obvious. And you've got to solve the crimes and all the rest of it. But the only other person that, in my time of using YouTube, that I can ever remember, certainly off the top of my head, picking this game up was Barry. That was Radio 3. And he bought that about 3 years ago. And I remember saying to him at the time, I've been looking for that for bloody ages. If you want to sell it, let me know. And I think he wanted to keep it, rightly so. And I think he picked it up for a good price. Usually goes for 15 quid. I got this for $7.77, all the sevens. And it was £5 shipping as well to America. £5 being around about $8. When it arrived, I looked at the packet, and it was £4.50. So there we are, £4.50 to send one PlayStation game. That's not too bad, I guess, really, from the UK to the States. So this is one I really wanted to get, and if you want to see, just because it's a little bit different, with the green discs there, and altogether there are 3 discs. Whereas when you go to Destruction Derby, there's just one in there. I think there's one. Yeah, just one. Yet for some reason it has the double dual case. So that's that. So really, really pleased to get this, because when I think of this game, I specifically think of Toys R Us. I remember when I bought it in 1996, and I remember walking back from Toys R Us back to my house, and just as I was about to get to my house, my dad was kind of driving out, and he just kind of wound the window down. We had a bit of a chat. He's like, "Oh, where have you been?" I just went to Toys R Us, just wasted 40 quid on this. And it's funny, isn't it, how games can just bring back certain memories. And but yeah, so that's that. Now I do remember, other memories as well playing this game and where I was. But yeah, it just specifically reminds me of that kind of time and Euro '96 and all that kind of thing. So good memories of that game. I can't believe I paid 40 quid for it. But this is all pre-eBay. It's pre the internet. You either paid the going rate or you didn't get it at all. And this was back in an era where I used to just honestly, I burnt money like it was going out of fashion, because I was only 17. 18, whatever it was. I didn't have any, really financial obligations, I guess. If I had, money from my paycheck, I'd just go out and I'd spend it on football, watching the football, I'd spend it on CDs and games. And pretty much that was it. Going out with my mates maybe every now and again to watch a movie or whatever it was. But other than that, I could just waste all my money. And so I did. I'd buy 1 or 2 PS1 games for 40 quid a week. It's just unbelievable. If I'd have saved that money, I'd be quite rich. But you live and learn. Anyway, so the last game I've got... Is this the last one? Yeah, this is the last one. This is for the Amiga. Now, I had this originally going back to, what would it be, 91, I reckon? Yeah, 1991. I had this... Did you just see it there? I don't think you did. I had this on the Atari ST. Now, I've picked this version up on the Amiga. It's pretty much exactly the same. When you talk of the Amiga and the ST... It's kind of like the SNES and the Mega Drive, the Xbox 360, the PS3, the Xbox One, the PS4. They all look the same. They're just rivals. Sometimes they're a little bit better. For example, the Amiga was always, 9 times out of 10, better with the sound. Big time better. But visually, aesthetically, they kind of look the same. And after playing this on the Amiga, it plays just the same, and quite frankly, sounds just the same as it did on the ST. And of course, with the Amiga and the ST, all the boxes are the same. They come in the same shaped box. The same artwork, everything is the same, apart from you'll get a little sticker on the front saying Amiga or Atari ST. So what you can do sometimes, is what I've done, to be a little bit sneaky, is you can buy like an Amiga version or the ST version, and then just get the loose disc and swap it round and kind of mix and match that way to get your complete version. So I could get like an Atari ST box, but if I wanted the Amiga disc, just get the Amiga disc, put it in the ST box. Did that make sense? It kind of did. And then the more I was going on with that sentence, I started to lose the point of what I was talking about. Let's move on. So this game is called... Well, here's the thing. I've always pronounced it as a kid, Rodland. But I've heard some people say, understandably, Rodland. Rodland, call it what you will. It's... I love the sides as well. It just, again, it takes me back to that early 90s. And it literally almost makes me feel as if it's 1991 again and I'm at school. It's weird. It's weird what nostalgia can do to you. And it's a cutie kind of platform game, very clever. I did try and make a gameplay video of this just the other day. It came out a bit rubbish, so I've temporarily scrapped it, but I hopefully will get around to doing that eventually. But if not, there's thousands of other people who have done it. In fact, another good mate of mine, Ash81B4U, I'm pretty certain relatively recently he did a gameplay of this, so you could always go and watch that one. But if not, if you've not seen that or whatever, I may do it in the future. But yeah, a really good game, really pleased to get it, and obviously, you know, it comes with the usual stuff, little instructions. Like, you really need to see that. And what I'm pleased about is the seller, actually, it's just a tiny little thing, and it's only one disc. It's like trying to get into bloody Fort Knox here. Just the one disc with the Amiga, but wrapped up in this kind of really velvety kind of, you know, that padding that you'll get like a new console will be wrapped in, like a PlayStation or an Xbox or whatever, that kind of fabric to it there. So I'm glad he put that in, and that's that. So yeah, and this one as well was £4.50 shipping. Now this is yet another game, I've mentioned it already for Psychic Detective and Medal of Honor Airborne, yet another game that usually goes for around about 15 quid. I won this for about £3.50, and it was only about £1.97 with about 10 seconds left. And I did what Owen, the boss who's 77, just mentioning my mates in this vid, what's going on? Another one of my mates, Owen, who he touched upon this in a recent video where he said he didn't like it, where people go in at the last second to bid on items. I don't know why you don't like it, mate. You've got to keep up with the Joneses. Everyone does it. You snooze, you lose. Those are the rules. And I wasn't the highest bidder. There's about 10 seconds left, and I thought, well, I really want that. It goes for 15 quid. This has got huge nostalgia for me. I am not letting this slip just because there's 10 seconds left. Bugger that. I'm buying it. And I went in there and I put really quickly a bid of like 5.78 or some random figure like that. And I ended up winning it, like I say, for 3.50 or something around about that. And given that it goes, usually at least, for 15 quid, absolutely delighted. And £4.50 to send to America, which again always makes me laugh, because sometimes when I go on eBay UK, or .co.uk, you know, sellers, because understandably they don't know, they put like 10 quid, £15 shipping for one game to America. It's like, do me a favour, mate. I'm not paying that. £4.50 is the actual price. I can understand maybe £5.50, maybe even 6 quid if they package it well and it gets here quickly and all the rest of it. Maybe put a bit of bubble wrap around. But I'm not paying 10 or 15 quid. They can just absolutely jog on. So yeah, really pleased. So just to recap, Rodland, which is a really good game. Just reminds me of, like, you know, that innocent kind of 16-bit era. My favourite era of all time. We've got Psychic Detective. Again, strong nostalgia for the PS1. Anything released in 95, 96, 97 and 98 is huge for me with the PS1. 99, a little bit. 2000, not really, but the odd title. Anything after the year 2000 with the PS1, I don't think I've ever played on one of those PS1 games after the millennium. I don't think I have. So it doesn't really interest me to pick any up unless they're really good, and then it would be a shame, you know, not to pick them up. You're just kind of cutting your nose to spite your face and all the rest of it. And then, of course, got Medal of Honor Airborne, a game which I touched upon. I really like that kind of freedom of jumping in with a parachute. Glad I got that. And then the two current-gen games. So we've got FIFA 14 and Forza Motorsport 5. Really pleased to get that. They go along with my Call of Duty Ghosts, my Battlefield 4, and Need for Speed Rivals. So yeah, 5 games on the Xbox One now, and I'm liking it. It's a good system. I'm not as into it as I thought I would be. I'm not on it 24/7, but you know, I really do like the games. I think they're really good. There's not many to choose from right now, so if you're kind of on the fence, maybe wait. I will be honest and say that I did want, and still do want, a PlayStation 4, but over here in America, I don't know about the UK or anywhere else, the PlayStation 4 is still sold out. You just can't buy it anywhere. Literally, it's just insane. I don't know why Sony didn't have the foresight to see this, because we've seen it happen, you know, with the 360, with the PS3, with the Nintendo Wii, the Wii U. You couldn't buy it anywhere. So why Sony didn't release or manufacture several 100,000 more consoles, I don't understand, unless it was just a cost thing, of course. But because it was sold out, I decided to get an Xbox One, and that's that. I don't regret it. I'll probably I will get a PlayStation 4 eventually anyway, so it doesn't bother me that I haven't got one right now. And I think it's always good, if you can afford it, you know, to have the two rivals, because then you've got the best of both worlds. So I will get a PlayStation 4. I'm more of a Sony guy. I don't have any kind of brand loyalty, you know, in my 30s. I used to as a kid. I just kind of want what's going to offer me the best thing, and I don't really care who makes it. Sorry about that. I was put off by a sneeze, and it was really loud and obnoxious, so I thought I'm not going to include that in the video. It would just be silly. I can't remember where I was, but maybe I was just going to wrap this this pickups vid up. Yeah, so there we are. There's all the games that I've bought. Nice little blend of colours there. blend of bland colours, you may say. But no, I think it looks all right. Then again, you take that out, and that does look quite bland, doesn't it? There you go. It goes from bland to blend. That was ridiculous. So really pleased to get all them. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll be back with more videos soon. I've got a music vid planned, which hopefully I'll get around to making today. But I won't upload it today, because that'd be 3 in the space of 24 hours, and that's too much. I may upload it later in the week, or if I record it next week, then I'll upload it then, as and when. Together with diary vids, I've got a Games X vid, which I want to do pretty shortly, because it's been ages since I've done one of those. I need to get my Street Talk fix, I think. I love that section. Yeah, the usual things, the pickups, vlogs, whatever it may be. Once again, I want to apologise for not being as active watching people's vids. I may have been listening to them on my iPod, but sometimes, you know, going back days later and watching them and again, or just leaving a comment, as you can appreciate, it's pretty time-consuming. I just can't do it right now. It's too much. But please don't think just because I'm not commenting, I'm not watching or listening, because I probably am. But as ever, you know, and same with my vids as well, never feel an obligation to watch if you don't want to. I mean, maybe I'm going to be doing a music vid, like I say. Maybe you're not really into music. Maybe you don't want to watch it. Maybe you don't like Call of Duty, in which case avoid that one like the plague. Maybe you like my vlogs, maybe you like the diary stuff. Whatever you like, just watch what you want. Please never feel obliged to watch and comment on everything. Just do what you want to do. It's your channel, your rules, your life. Do what you want. It really doesn't matter. As long as everyone, I think, excuse me, is getting on in the community, which generally speaking kind of happens. There's the odd exception. As long as everyone's getting on, then who cares? Just, you know, it doesn't really matter. We should just do what we want and enjoy it. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Like-minded people and the usual thing. So, anyway, I'm just wittering on. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with more videos soon, and I'll see you later.